Well, we fell in love on this project.
I really hope you understand the scope and scale of this thing.
House Plumbers is based on the real Watergate scandal. So what was the biggest difficulty in making a series like that?
It's interesting. I think what was going into House Plumbers, we were very focused on telling the story of these two guys, the actual burglars. So number one, what do people even remember 51 years later about Watergate? Like what do people know in America? What do people know around the world? We used to remember Watergate. We don't remember it anymore. So number one, how do you tell the story that some people know and some people don't know? So you have to both explain it to the people that don't know and try and explain why it's relevant. And at the same time, for the people that do know, you want them to have something they've never seen before in a way. So we are focusing in on the two burglars, Hunt and Liddy. No one's ever told their story. That's a new thing. And there are details.
Well, I love Alex and Pete who wrote the scripts. They're amazing writers. And I enjoy making fun of politics because it's kind of ridiculous. And David Mandel, who I think is wonderful, and of course getting to act with Woody and create this married couple is very fun.
House Plumbers mix conspiracy and political drama with satirical humor. So how was for you to balance these different genres?
It's a challenge, but it's a challenge I love. I love putting drama into comedy. I love putting comedy into drama. These guys, their lives were destroyed. The choices they made just, in some ways destroyed their families. The Hunt family is broken apart by the decisions that Howard Hunt makes. And it is horrific, and yet we giggle. And I love the uncomfortableness of it. It's a very unique thing, but it's something from day one, I was trying to find as the director.
Your character was hired to fix political leaks, but they accidentally knocked down Nixon. So do you think these story elements helped to build this satirical humor of the series in your characters?
Yeah, I think it really lends itself to a satirical story. Pete and Alex, the writers, are just amazing writers. They wrote for Veep. I speak for both of us. When we read that script, we were both like, oh man, this is something special. I love it as a satire. I love it as from the perspective of the burglars, which, we always hear it from the other side, but it's nice to see it from this angle. I just think it's kind of refreshing and fun.
Yeah, I mean, it was, like what he said, it was just hilarious. Like the scripts were really tight, really good. We didn't have to do much, because a lot of the work was done for us just in the writing of the scripts. They were already funny. So if anything, it was just to remind ourselves to enjoy doing it.
They're bringing that as actors to the table. And then they're also bringing their relationship off camera, where they kind of mess with each other. They're really good friends off camera. And that comes through on camera. And I just think there was just we created a really nice sort of, just relationship of trust between the three of us, but between those guys together, where in front of the camera, you really do believe that they meet and, if you will, fall in love. It's kind of a bromance. And it's the story of these two guys who come together, and yes, they are breaking the law, but at the same time, they're sort of oddly having fun doing it. Until, of course, they're not.
I worked with Woody more than Justin, but I got to see both of them play Gordon and Howard, and they're both wonderful and completely out there.
Talking about the relationship between your characters, how was for you to play these eccentrical guys and construct this kind of bromance between them?
Well, we fell in love on this project.
I'd met Woody, but I didn't know him that well, but just the way he works. I mean, obviously in the story there's a full-on bromance happening, but there was also a bromance blooming on set, I believe, and we thoroughly enjoyed.
I like to think so.
We enjoyed ourselves.
Yeah, no, it was a great experience. Howard Hunt is at first with Liddy feels I think, very competitive because they're both wanting to be the head of the program and both wanting to direct what it is that that program's going to accomplish. So start to, get to know each other and really become great friends. And yeah, that did happen on and off screen. Yeah, we were competitive at first, then
More competitive.
more competitive. And there was the love.
Dorothy struggles to balance his family with this biggest scandal in the political history of USA. So how was for you to construct this character?
Dorothy is a woman of a certain time, and yet she is herself a spy, but that isn't talked about because her husband is the kind of lead in their family. And she loves her children. She's in her marriage because she enjoys the certain financial lifestyle that they have. But the thing I like most about Dorothy is she does, in the end, she, fully liberates herself. She says, enough is enough. You're a fucking idiot. And I'm out.
Your characters are the White House Plumbers that named this series. So how was the construction and study for these real characters?
I mean, I had a guy who's pretty well documented. He spent a lot of time in front of microphones and on camera. So, and also he had written a book about an autobiography, which I was able to read as well. So it sort of started there, and then it was just sort of developing, trying to sort of achieve the look of what he looked like,
That mustache was crucial.
The mustache was essential. Gave me everything I needed.
Absolutely imperative.
Imperative to have that mustache.
Yeah. That was a good mustache.
The president is a good man. Between you and me, I worry about some of the people with whom he surrounds himself.